Can you answer this A-level biology question? Okay, so this is a question from 2024. It's an AQA question on biological molecules. Have a go at it now quickly. Leave your answers down in the comments and then we'll work through it together. Okay, so like I said, this is a biological molecules question. We've got a couple of different biological molecules involved. The first thing we've got to do is fill out this table. Okay, so table 2 contains information on the digestion of 2 biological molecules. We need to complete table 2. So what do we have so far? So we know that our biological molecules are starch and dipeptide. We need to figure out what enzymes are going to break them down. We need to name the type of bond which is going to be broken or hydrolyzed in this reaction. And we need to say what the product of digestion would be for this biological molecule. Okay, so first up, the enzyme which breaks down starch. Now this is amylase, and that's just something that you need to know for your biology A level. You need to know that enzyme. The type of bond which is going to be broken is a glycosidic bond, because it's glycosidic bonds which hold together carbohydrates. And the product of the digestion is going to be maltose. And then if we move on, we've got our dipeptide. The enzyme is dipeptidase. The bond is a peptide bond, so that's a nice easy one. And that is going to hold together amino acids. So the product of digestion is going to be amino acids. Okay, moving on. A student investigated starch digestion. So we're talking specifically about the starch section. By mixing starch with the solution of the enzyme used to digest starch, which we know is amylase. The student did a biochemical test for protein when starch digestion was completed. Describe a biochemical test to show the presence of a protein. So this is one of our food tests, so we need the test for proteins, and the test for proteins is the Burette test. Okay, so you're going to get 1 mark for writing down the words Burette test. Now you need to be careful here because of the spelling of this word, Burette. Because if you write Burette this way, so often they will give you a little bit of wiggle room with your spelling for key terms in biology, but this is one of those examples where you have 2 different words that have a very similar sound but a different spelling. So this is a Burette test, which is the test for proteins. This is a burette, which is a piece of lab equipment. If you write Beirut, that's a city in Lebanon, so that's obviously not going to get you the mark either. So you need to be careful with your spelling here if you want to get both marks. And then your second mark would be for saying what happens in the test. So then you would write that a purple colour is formed. Okay, so there's your 2 marks for that. 1 for saying Burette test, 2 for saying the colour which is formed. You can describe the test in a bit more detail if you want to, but that'll get you both marks. And then the last part says that the student's test for protein was positive. Explain why. Okay, so why is protein present when this is a test for starch, which is a carbohydrate? And the reason for that is because we also are adding enzymes to this solution, and enzymes are of course proteins. Okay, so your first mark is for saying that enzymes are proteins. And then the second mark is just saying something along the lines of that they are not used up in the reaction, so they're still going to be present in the solution. Okay, so that's it. That's how you get all 8 of these marks available. Let me know in the comments how you did. If you like this type of video, please leave a like and let me know what kind of topics you'd like me to cover next.